Yes! We finally get an Incredibles sequel. Please be good. Hello everyone, my name is Ryan Cam and welcome to my review for The Incredibles 2. This movie was written and directed by Brad Bird, the director of the first movie, as well as Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol and The Iron Giant. So clearly the guy knows what he's doing behind the camera. And this movie is, of course, the sequel to The Incredibles, which came out all the way in 2004. Wow, that was a simpler time, wasn't it? The original Incredibles is lauded as one of the greatest movies from not only Pixar Animation Studios, but one of the best animated movies ever. And yeah, I tend to agree. And The Incredibles came at the tail end of what many could consider the first golden age of Pixar. Nowadays, they're doing just fine, but after The Incredibles, Pixar kind of hit a bit of a rocky stretch. Sure, they had Inside Out and Coco, but you had the Cars trilogy, Brave, which wasn't bad, The Good Dinosaur, which also was not bad. But at the same time, they could have been so much better, and it seemed like Pixar really had lost their magic that they had captured with the likes of the Toy Story trilogy, The Incredibles, and so on and so forth. But after 14 years of patience, we finally get an Incredibles sequel, and it picks up literally right where the first movie left off. With the Parr family, Mr. Incredible, Elastigirl, Dash, Violet, and Jack Jack, all basically left out in the cold as the, superhero relocation program, I guess that is what they call it in the first movie, has been dissolved. And so they're basically left with the question of what do we do next? Well, along comes a man named Winston Dever, voiced by my boy, Saul Goodman himself, Bob Odenkirk. He comes along and he says, I want to bring superheroes back into the sunlight. And so Dever recruits Elastigirl to go into the city and fight crime while Mr. Incredible stays at home and takes care of the kids. Meanwhile, the Incredibles may face a new villain in the form of the Screenslaver. Going into this movie, I was excited, and I just couldn't hide it. The first Incredibles was incredible. Yes, bad pun, I know, but it was incredible. It was one of Pixar's best, and so when the sequel was slated to come out, everyone collectively shouted up yes to the heavens. And so did the sequel live up to the hype? Yes. Was it good? Oh yes. Is it better than the first movie? I don't know about that. First, the good. The animation in this movie is stellar. I know, it's pretty much a no-duh statement to say that in a Pixar movie, the animation was really good. But it was really good. The action in the movie was fantastic too, because the animators can control the action frame by frame by frame. There's not an ounce of shaky cam to be had. It's all just framed and shot fantastically. I also loved the family. I loved Mr. Incredible. I loved the fish out of water element that he has to go through, taking care of the kids in the house and this big new house and all that. It provided for a lot of comedic relief. Elastigirl was really cool. She has a lot more to do than in the first movie. She was great in the first movie. I think she was even better in this movie. Both Violet and Dash were very well realized. I love Dash. He's probably my favorite character. But Jack Jack was just funny as all hell. Legit, there was a scene in this movie where Jack Jack is using his powers to fight off this raccoon. And I was sitting there in the theater saying to myself, a baby is fighting a raccoon. And I'm not even mad. Congratulations, Pixar. You made me appreciate a fight between a baby and a raccoon. I don't know how you did it, but you did it. My hat goes off to you. But really, the biggest flaw with the movie was the villain. The Screenslaver, I thought, was a cool concept, but without spoiling anything, what they did with it, I just wasn't a massive fan of. I thought Syndrome in the first movie was a much better villain because you could understand his motivation. His motivation was that he was slighted by Mr. Incredible when he was a kid, so now that he's grown up and he has all this technology at his disposal, he's like, okay, I'm going to get my revenge now. The Screenslaver's motivation wasn't as clear, and so I was sitting there like, why are you even mad? Despite the fact that the Screenslaver had a cool look, a cool superpower, and a really creepy voice.
The Screenslaver demands your attention.
I just wasn't invested in that character as much as I was in Syndrome. That's just the pure facts of it. But in the grand scheme of things, I really did enjoy The Incredibles 2. It was the sequel that I thought it was going to be, and in some cases, so much more. I'm going to give this movie a great rating. I would have given it an amazing, but I just was not a fan of the villain. I would have given it an amazing if maybe the villain was a little better, but I prefer Syndrome over the Screenslaver any day of the week. But this is still a great movie, definitely worth checking out. That's all for me. Thank you so much for watching. I know I've been a little behind on videos lately, but I recently went on vacation for about a week, and so I haven't been able to see a ton of movies. I am catching up. I do plan on seeing Hereditary, and hopefully I will get a review up for that. But I will also be reviewing Tag, which hopefully will come out after this video comes out. But that's all for me for now. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. If you like this video, please be sure to leave a like and to also subscribe so that you never miss a new video. And if you'd like to follow me on social media, all of my links will be in the description below. My name is Ryan Cam, and I'll see you in the next one.